Fasting this series, I've had so much G Fuel over the entirety of it, and it's only game 3. I am gonna just be hyper for the rest of the day. Hello everyone! My name happens to be Highwada, and you are on youtube.com/a whole bunch of random letters and numbers. Before the game starts, make sure to hit the like button, because if you don't, I will come through your computer screen and punch you in the face. Regardless, today we have Game 3 of the EGC Winter Championship between two very high-level players. We have Marine Lord spawning on the right side of the map on Hill and Dale. That's the map we're on today, as the Holy Roman Empire, opening up with a prelate, not opening up with a second scout just yet. Well, second scout's actually after the prelate. Got the economy going. Gotta keep the people fed. You know what I mean? And on the other side of the map, we have Hera on the red. Also, same opening, going right on the food with a prelate and a second scout right afterwards as the Holy Roman Empire as well. Take a look at our spawns for a moment here. Hera with a gold very far away, actually, from his town center. I don't like that, but it is Hill and Dale. Very wallable base from both these players. Our stone is pretty far off as well out of range of any TC fire, so he's going to have to be very careful this game from any raids. Barry's also pretty far out of the way, too. But again, super wallable over here. Very small, narrow spaces to wall off. Other side of the map, however, on Marine Lord's side, we're already going to the gold. Again, pretty straightforward. You go, I think you just go, what, 5 or 7 vills on the food. And then after you get like 1 drop off from a vill, you transition over to the gold. You get 3 on the gold, and then a 4th, and move the prelate over. Regardless, scouting from Hera is going to be really aggressive this game, it looks like. Hera already scouting out his opponent's base, whereas Marine Lord, I have noticed with his scouting in this series, he actually has been looking for the deer a lot more than his opponent has been. So he's able to kind of find what's kind of going on a little bit and get that economy bump. And it's a little bit more than Hera at the start of the games, but we're having a really even series so far. I'm not going to spoil the score just yet. Make sure to watch my other 2 videos on the series to check out what the actual score is right now. I'll spoil it at the end of the last game, how about? Regardless, more sheep coming in for Marine Lord than Hera at the moment. And again, Marine Lord scouting is really focused on like getting the sheep from the center of the map, looking around his base, whereas Hera is going straight to his opponent to see what his opponent's doing. If he's getting cheesed, if he's going out of wood right away, anything kind of weird going on, Hera will know about it. Marine Lord's base, again, really far back gold. Berries are nice and defensible. I do like the berry spawn for Marine Lord. Going to be advantageous for him for sure. And where's our stone? Our stone's pretty far out too, so relatively even spawns. Our wood lines are both close actually for both players, so it's not going to be too scary for either one. Wall ability wise, a little bit larger gap it looks like maybe here for Marine Lord on both sides. But he does have this wood line here that he can wall off more easily, or create a choke out of rather, depending on how he wants to approach the matchup. I don't think I've ever seen this specific matchup on Hill and Dale. I think I've only ever seen really like China mirrors on this map, or like China versus HRE. Now mind you, HRE are a civ that like to turtle. They like to kind of build up their economy. They really like to get the food coming in, the gold coming in order to produce more units in the castle and imperial ages where they are more powerful. They're very susceptible to raids early in the game. So I'll be interested to see if either player opts to go for some kind of like early cheese strat or anything like that. I doubt it. It's not very common practice. Both players opting to drop the chapel on their wood lines. Now, mind you, Hera does have the chapel on his gold as well, so he's going to be a little bit further ahead in that gold economy earlier in the game. Right now, income per minute doesn't really mean too much, honestly. Mind you, Marine Lord keeping 1 vill on the gold at the moment versus no fills on the gold for Hera because they're building the chapel. We're opting with 4 vills versus 4 vills, so they're both going to go up at about the same time, I'd imagine. Progression bars are relatively similar ways away. Either way, though, I'm really excited to see what these 2 players have in store for us today. I love watching Hera play. He's my favorite player. I'm just biased. I'm sorry. I love Hera. He's great. I'm a big fan. Marine Lord, I'm a big fan of him, too. Actually, I want to make a video going over some of the things Marine Lord's talked about regarding balance in this game and what changes that he would make, because I think Marine Lord has some really good insight being a top-level player, a former StarCraft 2 pro. There's just a lot that he can really bring to the table in the discussion, and maybe I'll make a video. If you want to see that video, let me know down below in the comments if that's something you're interested in. Regardless, kind of just chilling here for a moment. There's not too much going on. This series has been really exciting so far. Shout outs to EGC for hosting this tournament. If you are unaware or uninitiated, it's your first time watching this specific series, we do have a $20,000 tournament here. $20,000 for Age of Empires 4. Just ridiculous. If someone ever tells you Age of Empires is not an esport, you look them in the eyes and you say, you're fucking dumb. Or maybe be more respectful. I don't know. Either way, Marine Lord opening up with a stable after aging up into the feudal age. It looks like Hera has not quite yet opted to put any military production. Oh, never mind. I thought that was like a blacksmith for some reason. But Hera opting to go with a double stable. So getting that early wood production going here, able to afford 2 stables and pump out some horsemen potentially to raid his opponent. Looks like only 1 stable coming out from Marine Lord at the current moment. With, I think, what? Marine Lord has 5 vills on wood versus the 6 of Hera, so Hera going to really invest in that early aggression. Scouts doing a little bit of a battle over here, trying to get some vision control and some map control. Hera's scouted a lot of the map, so too is Marine Lord, so they know exactly what's going on. They've been in each other's bases, and now Hera's going to try to get some harass on the gold of his opponent. This is what I was talking about before. If you watched the last match, you would have noticed that the town center was really, really, really close for some of the gold spawns. So, actually, it was the first match of the series. Either way, though. I think it was Hera. He was able to pull his vills back into the town center fire and keep the aggression from Marine Lord off very easily. This scout, what was that move? You just kind of turned around, showed your butt to the TC, and got killed for that. Okay. Very unfortunate for Hera there. I digress, though. Horsemen finally coming out from Hera, going across the map. Looks like our horsemen are going to the back of our base here for Marine Lord in order to try and push away those scouts. Middle of the map here, Hera finding some of that aggression, finding the 2 scouts coming out. Knows he's going to get harassed in a moment here. May want to put up a tower. Kind of comes down to if he's scouted both stables from his opponent. Has he? I don't think he's scouted both. Was on 1 stable, now on 2, so maybe Marine Lord got that information. It was hard to really say. His scouts were across the map for a little while there, so I think both players just opting for the double production after seeing the number of horsemen that Hera had. So Marine Lord saying, hey, I gotta keep up. We gotta be on par here. We're playing the same civ. Income per minute wise, a Marine Lord ahead in gold and wood. 5 on gold with 4 on wood, 15 on food versus the 6, 3, and 10 for Marine Lord. I had that backwards. Oh my goodness. Hera having more vills in the food. Either way, though, looks like our prelate is... How is Marine Lord ahead on gold? He got 3 vills on gold. They're being buffed. But Hera has 3 vills on gold as well. And they're being buffed too? But they thought he had more. Either way. Looks like going heavier onto the wood now than his opponent. Both going heavy on the food, getting ready to age up. Marine Lord very close in the gold department. Hera already there in the gold department, getting ready to age up with the food. I think we're just going to go straight into Castle Age here, which does make the most sense. Get down that cathedral, the Regnus Cathedral, and get those relics going. We have a little bit of aggression in the middle of the map here. Let's follow along and see what's going on here. I think I clicked on something else. It looks like Marine Lord pulling away with a victory here. Just more numbers. Hera saying, hey, I don't need to lose my units right now. Still keeping up the double horseman production from his stables, which is interesting as he poses to age up. He's got 15 vills on the food right now, on the hunt already. His opponent, however, I don't believe is on hunt just yet. Oh, he is. Right here. Not going for the berries just yet, but that makes sense. Gonna put more villagers onto the hunt. No wheelbarrow just yet for Marine Lord or Hera. So no economic upgrades just at the moment. Probably gonna wait till Castle Age before we do that. And some more pushing coming out from Hera. Not quite ready for that, so not ready with the animation canceling here. Hera known very well for his micro in this game, and in Age of Empires 2. He's probably one of the best micro players in that game. Either way, Hera losing quite a few horsemen there. I don't even think Marine Lord lost 1 horseman there. So this is going to be pushed right back, and map control is going to go back into favor of Marine Lord. Hera is being very smart, opting to finally wall up. Should probably send another villager to wall up over here, but not with enough wood economy right now. I don't think. No, he does have enough wood economy. So he has enough wood to go and do it. Just opting to kind of get the bottom half of the map first, because that looks like where most people are playing right now. And both players, current resources-wise, are... Actually, Marine Lord is really invested in the feudal age aggression here. He doesn't want to allow Hera to go up to the next age. And if he does, he wants to punish him really hard for it. So we're still only on 2 stables over here. Looks like Marine Lord is actually already aging up as well, so never mind. He's not going to stay in that age because he's already dropped down the Regnus Cathedral. Quite a ways ahead of Hera, actually, in that regard. Hera is a little ways out still. Forced to kind of keep producing units out of his stables, which is going to delay his uptime a little bit, but the prelates are here to heal up the horsemen. So he's going to be able to keep the same amount of numbers generally, but he's going to have to be careful here and bring his horsemen around the map because he could get raided onto the gold in a moment here. Hera with only 2 vills on gold at the moment as well. What does Marine Lord see? He sees nothing on the berry, so he knows that he can't really raid right here. He's going to try to find the gold again and see if he's able to make anything happen here. Marine Lord almost already up at the next age here. Hera still a ways away. This is looking a little scary for Hera right now. Momentum is definitely in favor of Marine Lord right now, despite Hera being ahead in income per minute tabs, except for in gold. But all of a sudden, Marine Lord's already postured to pick up the relics. He's got one relic here in the middle of the map. Has he sent out another prelate anywhere else to pick up a relic? Not quite yet. There's this prelate here. So this prelate's going to go up to the top of the map here and get this relic, which our relic spawns are actually pretty even this game. We have one outside of each player's base, one over here for Marine Lord, one over here for Hera. We have one in the center of the map, and then two at the top, one a little bit closer to Hera. So he could have grabbed that a little bit sooner, but he wasn't ready to age up, and thus he's a bit of a pickle. Hera with the smart walls. While we're talking about relics for a moment there, looks like the horsemen made their way around the backside of Hera's base, and Hera, with that knowledge, opted to wall here, knowing that he already had a wall and there was nowhere for the horsemen to run. So successfully now propelling. Propelling is when you have that little thing in your hat and you fly away like a helicopter. Repelling the push from Marine Lord into his base, and now finally able to get the age up underway. Lots of vills on there because he knows he's behind, opting with 15 vills to build up this Reckless Cathedral. He's going to be a ways behind when it comes to the relics, though. Knights now coming out from Marine Lord as well. Sacred Site, I think that's just a walk across the situation, not necessarily anything intentional, but a third relic is now going to be picked up for Marine Lord, going to be brought back to the base, and now we're going to have 3 relics in there in just a moment. Here's where that first relic that is already there. Hopefully Hera is able to grab these 2 relics to kind of keep the game relatively even. Otherwise, he's going to be way more behind than he needs to be. Going to put his vills back onto wood, back onto food, back onto gold. He really needs to pump out some more units soon, otherwise he is going to fall behind. Especially because the knights are so much stronger than horsemen. Look how many horsemen there are. 9 horsemen versus 1 knight. That horseman got at least 1 pick and was able to survive for quite a long time. There was a second knight there for sure, and there's 2 more horsemen to go down beforehand. But 1 full health knight. Going to take out this horseman here. No Michael coming out from Hera in regards to that matter. I think he's just focused on getting his prelates out in order to gather the relics. So both going out the top side of his base, which is going to actually delay him. If he had put a gate down here, he would have been able to get onto this relic a lot sooner. But I digress. The knight going to come out and take control of this area to deny the relic from Hera. And Marine Lord, very great game sense right now. Going for the wallable. Oh, he's going to catch him off guard, actually. But looks like the Wolf Knight combo was just a little too much for that prelate, and he is going to go down. That relic is going to be free for the taking from this prelate over here. Hera pushing out now with some more horsemen. Try to push off the knights for now, but 3 knights versus the 7 horsemen. That's going to be a win for the knights, generally speaking. Are there any upgrades for Marine Lord right now? No blacksmith for Marine Lord or Hera, actually. Opting to go for just raw units. Nothing added to them at the moment. Income per minute tab. Marine Lord now pulling ahead significantly in the food economy. Still heavy onto the deer. He's got 23 units on the food. Lots on berries, lots on the deer over here. 8 on wood, 7 on gold versus 19, 8, and 9 for Hera. Hera did touch the relic, but opting to drop it and bring the horseman back instead in order to try to actually secure it for himself. This prelate might even go down to the wolf over here for Marine Lord, so unfortunate that it was not cleared out sooner. And Hera is going to get a relic for himself finally. It looks like the other relic did go in the favor of... Yeah, it looks like it got picked up by Marine Lord. So that gold economy, you already see it with 3 relics in. Imagine adding a 4th. You're going to have to add another monastery or church or cathedral, whatever you want to call it, to his base in order to get the advantage for the gold with that. Or he could opt to use it for a conversion. He could opt to use it for some of the other bonuses that the Holy Roman Empire have that no one ever uses because it only really matters to put gold into your economy. Who said that? What? Anyways, some knights finally coming out for Hera. He's going to be able to catch up here in a bit of a military position. We have 15 military units versus the 21 of Marine Lord. So not too bad. Still a ways away. We're going to get that 1 relic in there now, and 4 relics versus 1, that's going to be scary for Hera. He's really going to have to put a lot more villagers onto the gold here. I don't know why this prelate's actually chilling over here, considering the fact that they are being buffed by the chapel. This relic could be, this prelate could be a little bit more effective going on to the gold over here instead, and he's likely going to transition that maybe soon. But wherever he's going, Hera knows what he's doing, so I'm not going to argue with him. Look, a good fight going on in the middle here. A good initiation and surround from Hera at first, but the number of knights versus the number of knights for Hera versus Marine Lord is just going to be in favor of Marine Lord. We have amassed here of 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 units versus the 12 of Hera. Now back up to 14 14 as well. Going to be able to reinforce a little more quickly because he's in his own base. Trying to get some fire off, but not going to be enough. Pulling off some knights to get some harass on these villagers. So maybe we're looking at getting some stone or getting another stable up to produce a little bit more. And back at home, I know we can watch this engagement for a moment here, but back at home, you will notice that Marine Lord has finally put up some walls. Not that he really needs them. Hera has not been able to push that across the map and get much harassing off at all this game. And this fight's going to probably be in actually favor of Hera, just for the moment. Because again, defender's advantage, you're able to reinforce the front relatively quickly and not able to really hold his own, but a good cleanup going on there, leaving 3 alive for Hera and 4 alive for Marine Lord. Marine Lord probably pretty happy with that one. Looks like Hera is going to try to pull the Sacred Site while the attention is drawn to the front of his own base. And it sounds like they're saying something to each other in chat. Either way, Sacred Site going to get captured, but it is going to be quickly denied as a prelate is coming up with 1 lone horseman in order to push that off and take advantage of the Sacred Site. And another prelate down here. Looks like he hasn't been sent to actually go on to the site yet. He's just kind of chilling. He's on break. He's on break, okay? Now he's back at work. He's clocked back in. Either way, though, more stables coming up from Hera. Military production-wise, we're on 5 stables versus the 4 stables, and now 2 barracks coming up from our second blue Holy Roman Empire player. Marine Lord going for the Lance Connect, going to do great area of effect damage. Decent enough against horsemen, decent enough against cavalry. There's no bonus, but area of effect damage is huge when it comes to that kind of situation. Both Sacred Sites looking to go in favor of Marine Lord now, and this game is looking kind of scary. Income per minute still ahead in wood and gold for Marine Lord, whereas Hera is ahead in food by just a little bit. Hera with 22 vills on food versus the 18 of Marine Lord. That number did just shift a little bit there because we are transitioning over to a farming economy, whereas Hera is still gathering from berries and might even have some hunt somewhere. Yeah, he has some hunt down here still, so he's going to be ahead just for a little while longer. You know what? In this situation, what do you do, right? As Hera, because you've lost map control. You haven't had map control the entire game. You didn't wall up, I guess, appropriately enough to really hold any push. You got lots of knights out. We have no upgrades from Hera or Marine Lord just yet either. So, and the prelates are getting picked, sure, but sites aren't being neutralized. And now, actually, in 10 minutes from now, we're going to have a bit of a victory with the Sacred Sites for Marine Lord. So Hera really has to focus on getting those neutralized in order to win the game. But this mass from Marine Lord is going to be a little too much here for Hera. Hera having to pull off. Lance Connects did do some damage against Hera, getting some lower knights with their health, and they're not really going to be able to stay out in the field too much. Some charges going off, getting some action there. No counterplay really coming out from Hera just yet, opting to go and try to neutralize these sites when he can, but there's a knight chilling between the 2 sites in order to kind of support it and keep it in his possession. More knights posturing up at the front of the base of Marine Lord, and finally Hera said, hey, I'm going to go into my opponent's base, but guess what? There's walls. There's walls. He can't go anywhere. Getting caught out there. Hera going to get pushed off of these Sacred Sites, most likely. Going to win this specific engagement down here, but over yonder and in the middle of the map, Marine Lord's already kind of won that one. So sure, he'll be able to neutralize it, but the gold that he's gained from it from Marine Lord is just insane. 1,300 gold per minute versus 909. Food is now relatively even because we're both on an even number of farms, generally speaking. Marine Lord actually on more, but opting to go for berries in the top of his base and a significant number of farms. He's got, what, 29 farms. Other side of the map, we got something along 14, 20 farms. So he's ahead in farms for sure. Hera really needs a big win here with an engagement in order to do anything, but it looks like we actually may have gotten an upgrade for Marine Lord. Marine Lord is finally getting a blacksmith, so no upgrade for it just yet. But either way, both players still just in Castle Age chilling, and the micro coming up from Marine Lord is going to be a little bit stronger, especially with the numbers that he did have. Going to take out a decent number of units for both players. Actually going to pull off for now. What happens here? What does Hera do? He can't get into the base. He's going to need to build siege. He doesn't have any units that can even utilize siege engineering, nor does he have a blacksmith to research it from. What upgrade are we going for over here? Not going for any just yet. Could see the melee damage upgrade coming in, or even the defense upgrade, just to maintain the numbers. Military production-wise, we're on 8 stables, 2 barracks, up against the 6 stables of Hera. That's just going to be too much. He's able to reinforce so much over and over. And Hera was able to neutralize one Sacred Site here at the top, but has been recaptured again. He does have a decent enough economy. Like, he could still pump out more units and kind of hold on here. It's really what he feels the match is going to go for. If it's going to snowball, because he's not going to be able to maintain any sacred sites. And every time he's going to leave one, it's going to get recaptured by his opponent. Military-wise, we're 26 units versus the 33 for Marine Lord, so a good enough advantage there. Getting some more engagements across the map, trying to neutralize this site, not quite able to do so. This site very, very low. And it looks like Marine Lord is going to push back into the base of his opponent while the Knights are across the map trying to neutralize sacred sites. He knows that Hera can't push into his base, and that Hera hasn't walled himself up yet, so he's going to be nice and open for a raid. No real open resources to go after just yet, but these Knights are going to find the wood line back here. These Knights are going to push off the Lancers, or the Knights rather, from Hera. And while these Knights are pulling back right now, leaving one to neutralize the site, he's going to get pushed off here. Lancer X Knight's going to make quick work of that. And Hera's units, sure, they're finally pushing back into the base, but the damage has already been done. We're on 53 builds for Hera versus 62 for Marine Lord, already ahead quite a ways in that regard. Do we have 2 TCs? I think we do. Either way, though, it doesn't matter how many TCs we have when the game's over. Marine Lord taking game number 3 here in the EGC Winter Championships. $20,000 on the line! If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next cast. Cheers!